What's going on, everybody? My name is Danny Ferrari.
My name is Parker Immense.
We are Excellent Sound, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to make a Zomboy style drop, just like so.
Motherfucking Zomboy.
So let's get it. I'm going to fucking punch somebody. What an aggressive fucking sound.
Super aggressive.
I'm feeling very upset. Couldn't get the goddamn stream working.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Take deep breaths,
take
bro.
a nice fucking breather.
I don't have time to breathe because this is a quick video. Shout out to Morgan from FOMO. You can't see him right now.
There it is.
Go check out FOMO if you haven't already, guys.
FOMO
They're
music.
on SoundCloud.
Yes.
Link it in the fucking video.
I'll link them down below.
So if you guys like Zomboy, if you guys like Virtual Riot, this is a free preset for you guys down in the download description below. So make sure you guys go grab that.
Go grab it.
If you guys want the project file, we have it for our Patreon. Also, that's linked down below too. So if you want to go ahead and join the YouTube tier, you can get all the project files from the videos that we've been doing.
We've been doing some pretty big project file videos.
Yeah.
So really exciting stuff.
We're just going to go over this main sound. All the other sounds are included in the Patreon, but the download description below is this main Zomboy style, Virtual Riot style, Barely Live style,
Kill the noise.
Kill the Noise style sounds like this, Getter style. Wow, that's loud.
That's loud. I
Is
like
that
it.
clipping?
No, that's good.
I'll kind of show you some elements and how I got some interesting stuff from one sound. We're going to be going over that. The rack is in the download description below as well. Feel free to use that on your other growls and other basses and such.
Yeah, man.
Some of the elements that I'm using in this drop, real quick, while we are here, there's a couple other sounds that are like this. Crazy. This.
Zom Girl.
A couple growls. That's from, this growl is actually from Riddim Riot Volume 2. So if you guys haven't already gotten that, I suggest you go pick it. And actually, Riddim Riot Volume 1 and Volume 2 are being used in this project file, some of the elements of that. And they're both on sale for $75.
Yes, if you buy both of them, $75.
And we just put Future Bass on sale. So if you're here and you like Future Bass, go check that out. That's on sale for $50, or $49.99, same fucking thing. But
Yeah, we're giving you guys a huge thank you for everything that you guys done.
yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you guys. So if you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe, give us a like, comment, and a blowjob. All right, and what else do we have? Yeah, so I got some chords and stuff. Whatever, I'll go over that later. What else? Oh, yeah, some of the drum elements, some kicks. This is kick from Riddim Riot Volume 2, and I'm using a snare from Riddim Riot Volume 2. Really nice and fat. And then some of the drum elements with the kick, just so you guys know, this is kind of the basic dubstep style drum beat. This is also a loop from Riddim Riot Volume 2. Yeah, so Riddim Riot Volume 2. Crash from, I think, Dub Sauce, which is one of our older packs. We have a... Dub Sauce is like the first pack we ever made. It's all just like samples and stuff. But Riddim Riot Volume 1 and Volume 2 both have presets and samples. Anyway, I'm done selling shit. I don't have time, dude. Let's go. Fucking get out of my fucking face, dude. I have a fucking shitty day, dude. Gotta go.
Yeah, but it's okay, dude. We're filming now, dude.
We're filming, dude. You
we're
better
fucking
get your attitude
we're ready
together.
to go, dude.
I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this track right here, like so. Bam. I did not save I blew it. I didn't
No,
save
it's
the
okay.
effects.
We could save it on
I
the
don't
web.
have time, Parker.
I mean, dude.
Look how many Zomboys I just duplicated.
Dude, we got Zom Boys. We got Zom Girls.
Zom Girls. Okay,
We're
let's
ready to
change
go.
the color pink
Oh, yeah.
so we know what it sounds like.
I love pink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And do that.
Do the do.
Did the do. Do. Turn the processing off and the EQ off. And I'm going to go ahead and initialize this patch. Come on. There we go. Whoa, this mouse is being weird.
It's being weird.
Of course it is. Oh, let me go to the effects menu. If you guys didn't know this, you could save effect chain. Bam. Excellent.
While Danny's doing that, you guys can
Effects.
check out all of these excellent user presets right over here that you guys can get online.
Oh,
Shameless self-promo.
Shameless self-plug.
Barely saw, barely
bass.
alive.
Barely saw, barely alive. Okay, cool. Now that I got that saved, let's go ahead and initialize the patch, and let's hear what it sounds like with just the saw wave, as per usual. Should sound something like this. Whoops. What am I doing? Oh, this one's still on. Sick. Okay.
Fat.
One of the things I did too is I layered it with the sub. I recommend doing that if you're trying to write this style drop or make this style sound. We are gonna make the sound with sub in it, and then we're gonna take it out. Okay, now that we're here, let's go ahead and get right into this. I'm going to go ahead and we'll start with the first oscillator. We're going to go with analog basic shapes. A common thing with like Zomboy and like Getter is it seems like they're using a lot of basic shapes and using FM. So I started with a square wave. I set it to all stock for the most part. Turn the level all the way down. Turn the unison up to 10, like so. Leave the detune where it's at, blends where it's at, and we're going to turn the random all the way down. We want it to sound somewhat phasey. Also, we're going to go ahead and select warping for FM from B, and we're going to turn this knob up to about 36%. Looks good. Oscillator B is also going to be analog basic shapes. Common one to do this kind of like, it's where it's kind of like yelling, kind of, that kind of barkiness.
Yeah.
Usually a triangle wave or this fucking thing, whatever the fuck it is. And so go ahead and select this one.
A lot of his new sounds are using that kind of like barky sound.
Exactly. It's kind of like the Zomboy sound. That's why we're doing this video.
Exactly.
Detune, we're going to go ahead and turn this down to 0.16. Turn the level all the way down, if I can do it, and turn the random all the way down as well. Leave the blend where it's at. Why is this mouse being so weird? Is it disconnecting? Anyway. Of course, dude. Nothing's working, dude. Mercury's in retrogrades.
Mercury's in grade
Mars
metros.
is in grade metros. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this to sync. This is a big part of it to make it kind of barky and whiny. And then let's go ahead and make our first LFO. What do you say?
Let's do it.
So we're going to go like this. Whoop. Wait, that's a little too much.
Swooping.
That
looks good.
I'm going to clip this down like so. Right? Yep, looking good. Make sure it's on trigger and set it to quarter note for right now. We're going to change that probably later. We're going to probably do some weird automation in shit. Our second LFO is going to look a little something like this. You can kind of get creative with it, but the second LFO is going to be kind of more like this and kind of like, wait, no, not like that. Like this. Turn it like that. Yeah, just
nice little hill drop.
You want this to be in the center because this is going to be like our fun, like kind of toony LFO. It's going to be kind of doing some weird stuff and then kind of add another clip like that. Does that look right?
Yeah.
It's kind of rounded. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no,
Nothing
that looks
matters,
good. That looks
dude.
really good.
I'm going to go ahead and set it to trigger and set it to half like so. And then we're going to start putting this on some stuff. While we're at it and we're over in this general vicinity, let's go ahead and put on mono. And we're going to add some macros.
Magato.
Go ahead and put it on Magato. Just go ahead and put it on Kermode.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to go ahead and initialize the noise oscillator. We're going to stick with AC hum. We're going to turn the level down. Pitch is where it's at. We're going to turn the random down. This is all good. Okay, cool. That is...
Looks fantastic.
Let's hear what it's sounding like.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We forgot to put the
we got
LFOs
levels.
on.
All right, let's put some LFOs on. All right, LFO 1. Bam. LFO 1 is going to go on the level, just like so, all the way. Oscillator A. LFO 1 is going to go on FM from B, almost a little bit past halfway at 19, my age, if you didn't know.
Yeah, dude.
Also, we're going to put it on the noise oscillator, on the level knob, and that's going to go to 78.
Sevs 8.
Sevs 8s. And you can, if you want, you can initialize the sub, leave it at 0, and you can put LFO 1 on the level. I took out the sub for this, but if you want to make the patch and you want to adjust it, that's how you would do it. But I'm going to turn it off for right now. Also, you're going to put this on the sync knob, which I forgot to move. Move the sync knob to oscillator B to 1, just like so, and then put it on sync, like so, and put it to 14. Let's hear what this is going to sound like. Now we should have some sound, right, Parks?
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, that's looking good. Now let's go ahead and add our first filter. It's going to be a multi-HP12. Is that correct? No, HN12. HN, that's right. Go ahead and throw LFO 1 on there before you move that cutoff, so it already sets it to bipolar or whatever the fuck it is. And if you don't know how to do that, you can Shift Option or Shift Windows click. Go ahead and pull the cutoff down to 69. Yeah, that was on purpose. 68. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and have that go to 60 toots. like so.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get some movement on that. Let's pull the resonance up too. Maybe like right there.
Yeah, 40 thirds.
40 thirds. 4 thirds. There we go. See, that's the growl right there, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it on B just because it feels better. It doesn't do anything, just feels better.
It just feels great.
Nice. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and turn the frequency knob of the filter up to 80%. Don't laugh, dude. I do not have time.
Dude, it's great, dude.
No time, dude.
Love that frequency.
Go ahead and throw that frequency knob right there on LFO1. Pull it back to -11s. Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're doing pretty good, man. I'm flying through
Yeah,
this
this
bad
is
boy.
great, dude.
Okay, next, let's go ahead and get into... Oh, put the octave oscillator B to 1. This is going to change a lot with the FM. This is a really good idea when you're playing around with patches or any of our presets or anybody else's or making your own. If you're doing any FM, mess with the carrier's octave. There's a little nug of notch. Smoke that shit up. And sick. Big difference. Down an octave. Nice. Okay, that's looking good. Now let's go ahead and let's do some... Actually, let's go ahead and add some macros. This is some other fun stuff that we're going to automate and make some interesting shit. So go ahead and add macro 1 to your octave, and that's going to go all the way up, I think. There's that little... Right? Oh, no, it's 30 thirds? 30 thirds.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, and you go ahead and label this octave, Octavio. And then another fun macro to add. This is what they do, man. This is how they get those cool growls to sound interesting, not the same thing the whole time. This is how you write a crazy dubstep style drop.
Next level drop.
Next level drop, dude. Put it on the semitone, okay? This is my little secret trick. Or Zomboys, I don't know. Go ahead and shift option click it to make it just go forward. And we're going to put that to 50 toots. So let's put it to 50 toots. You can put it wherever you want. I chose 50 toots because it felt right. Now I can move this knob. Yep, see, we're getting creative with how we use
Sounds dope.
macros. Cool, sounding dope. Next, let's go ahead and initialize the noise oscillator for the filter too as well. Sounding pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get into the effects. I'm gonna go ahead and load that effect chain that I just saved. Zomboy bass, open, bam, good to go. Turn that off. Turn this off. Turn that off. We'll go one by one, even though we don't have any time for these. I don't need the multiband on right now. Okay, so first things first, the hyperdimension. The rate is at 40%. The detune's at 2.5. Mix is at 50s. Size all the way down, and mix almost at halfway at 45s. Just adding some width. Next, I added this sine fold. You do not have to do this. I've noticed with like a lot of like Zomboy's basses and a lot of like the Riddim stuff, it's like this like super dirty sound. So I chose the sine fold distortion, which is I'm definitely not using it the right. I don't say I'm not using it the right way, but I feel like I'm using a different sort of way. Because when you turn the drive all the way up, it really fucks it up with the mix. I'll just kind of do it, but I'll turn down the master so you can kind of hear. It kind of creates this like noise. So what I did is I'm gonna pull these all the way down real quick. What did do I have LFO1 on there, Parks? Yes, I do. Okay, so put LFO1 on the drive and have it go almost all the way up. It says 5s. Perfect. And then also put it on the mix knob and have that go to 60 toots. Now it's gonna sound super dirts. I wish I could finish the words, but I literally do not have time.
Don't have time, dude. You gotta save that time.
It's kind of creating that dirt. But so what you can do is you can actually add a macro to LFO1 right here on distortion dry wet. So we're gonna add macro 3. Is that what I did, Parker?
Yeah.
I think I did. Macro trace.
Yeah, macro 3.
And we'll just call this Grit, man. True Grit.
Fest.
Great movie. Shout out. I don't know who's in that movie.
Yeah,
Matt Damon. Okay, Grit, and then I have the Grit at like 50 57s probably, right?
Yeah.
57s. And then if you want to mix more of it in, or none, just like so. Okay, so yeah, 57s is where I have it. All right, back to the effects. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We have a phaser, okay? Phaser is going to make it sound a little bit more wetter, a little bit of vocally. So with the phaser, we're going to go ahead and make sure the rate is all the way down. We're going to use it like a phase filter. Depth is going to be at 36. Frequency is going to be at 889. Feedback is going to be at 14%. And phase is going to be at 180 with the mix down at 5. Now go ahead and add the LFO1 to the frequency and pull that down just a smidge to like 17. Everything's super loud right now, so I'll just kind of play it like this for right now. And then just go ahead and leave that. Next, we have a flanger. Same thing. There's a flange filter that's in Serum. This is essentially how we're using it. With the rate all the way up or rate all the way down, you can get some really interesting stuff and messing with the feedback and the mix. So I'm going to go ahead and enable this, and I'm going to go ahead and put this LFO1 on the mix knob, and I'm going to turn that down to 7/8. Rate is all the way up. Depth is at 0. Feedback's at 34ths, and phase is at 180. And I think I have, go back up, Parks. Yeah, okay, so go ahead and take this LFO2 macro and put it on the depth all the way up. It's trigger in half, right? Yeah, okay. It's kind of cool because it's kind of adding like a little bit of change every time. Which is these LFOs are kind of fun. You know, I call them fun LFOs. Next, one of my favorite tricks to do is add the delay effect. Go ahead and link them together. Feedback's going to be at 33. Left and right's at 8.12. If you want to change that around, just go anything almost to like 33 is like where it starts to stand weird. You can even do 100, but 33 is like where I kind of keep at. And then mix is at 31. Adding some stereo withage. Next, we have a chorus. So with this chorus, we're going to just leave the rate at 0.40. Delay 1 at 0.1, delay 2 at 0, depth at 14.9, feedback at 10%, high pass filter at 1713, and mix at 46. We're going to go ahead and add LFO1 onto the mix knob and just pull it back just a smidge, minus 14. It's funny because when you're making these sounds, it's like you're doing stuff that you think is like maybe going to do something, and a lot of times it doesn't, but you just leave it. Yeah. You know? You just leave it.
Yeah,
maybe it does something.
It comes out later.
Kind of, or it just doesn't do it. It's just your process to how to get there. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe like Virtual Riot knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, maybe he
I know what I'm fucking doing, bro.
Maybe he fucking doesn't at all.
Maybe he doesn't know shit, bro. I doubt it. Virtual Riot's kind of the shit.
Yeah, no, he
Still waiting for that comment, bud.
Yeah, where's that at? VR.
Purple Lamborghini yoink, dude. Where you at, dude? All right. Yeah, hates us. All right. Yeah. EQ, frequency all the way down at 22 hertz. Q's at 53. Gain is at 8.9 with a notch. On the right side, we have frequency at 2808. Q at 50 toots and gain at 13.6. We are adding these little notches to add some formants. Just kind of add notches when you're making growls and kind of find out where it sounds vocally by moving the frequency knob. That's how you kind of get. That's how you use it, essentially. Or that's how I use it. I'm going to put LFO1 on the frequency of the left side. I'm going to set that to 44ths. Hear that? That's bringing that little vowel-y sound in there. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the left side, too. I'm going to pull that back to minus 20. Parker's age.
20 dose.
I'm 20 years old, dude. Fresh.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, that's looking good. Next, I have another phase filter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set the cutoff. Sorry, phase 48 HL 6+ down right there, in case you're wondering. Go ahead and put this on the cutoff and set that to 6. Resonance is going to be 44ths. Drive is going to be 21. HL Wild 41 and pan at 50.
Always call it that.
I like it. And mix knob at 51. That's pretty much it for that filter. Lastly, we have an OTT with threshold at minus 18.1, ratio at 4/1, attack at 90, release at 90, gain at 10.8, and mix all the way up. Woo!
Fat, fat.
Now it's a little weak, bro. We got to add some more stuff. Lastly, let's go into the matrix and let's go ahead and add our fun LFO 1 to, so we'll go LFO 1. We want to control the master tune. This is pretty common in dubstep, kids, okay?
The master tune.
The master tune. Set this to going both ways and set it to 20 toots. 20 toots, dude. This will get some interesting movement. Is that right?
I think it's LFO2 to the master tune.
That's what I did.
No, I think.
Oh, I did LFO 1. My bad. Thank you, Parker. LFO toots. Let's turn that master up.
Yeah.
Now you said, that sounds cool, man, but it's not like interesting enough. Don't worry. I fucking got you, dude.
Don't trip out, guys.
Don't trip. Calm the fuck down, dude. We don't have time for you to freak out.
Just go burn one.
Go burn
come
one
back.
and come on back.
You know?
All right, let's get out of here and let's go ahead and add some processing. Basically, the only processing that I am doing, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm not going to go through all of it because it's already pretty simple. So first, what we have is a EQ. Oh, that's super loud. Let me turn this down. What's this level at? 0. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good, dude. Okay, now that we're at here, we're going to hit EQ. I went ahead and took out 150 hertz because I went ahead and made a sine patch with hip hop sub, and I just kind of copied the rhythm. No, sometimes people duplicate it and then they use the sub with the LFO moving and they take off all the effects and stuff. Yeah. I tried that; it wasn't really working for me, so I went ahead and made my own sub.
Sometimes it's not like
just not there.
moving with it.
Yeah, dude, or just
something weird.
I'm not feeling it, bro.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and did it myself, dude, and it sounds fabulous.
Fabulous.
Okay, so yeah, just a low cut right here. Next, I have some OTT. Go ahead. Can you move over, Morgan? How's the zoom? Oh, we're zoomed. Okay, cool.
We're zoomed in.
Top end pulled, mids pulled, low end pulled, output 1.50 time, 1,000%. Shout out the Morgy Spesh, the FOMO Spesh guys.
Yeah, dude. Time percents.
Go check out FOMO at SoundCloud, bro. Fucking big ups to FOMO, dude.
Big fucking ups.
What does the time thing do? It like basically gets rid of that OT sizzle.
Yeah, it makes it so it doesn't pull up like reverb and stuff like that.
There you go.
There it is, guys.
Straight from the horse's mouth, dude.
Straight from the foam's mouth.
From the FOMO, dude. The FOMO himself. Okay, that's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Am I fucking up your zooms, bro?
No, you're good.
Okay, and then lastly, what I have, well, not lastly, I have the excellent Fat Rack, guys. I'm not going to go
Fat Rack, dude.
through the fucking Fat Rack because we already went through how to make it in our video.
Times, guys.
How to make Virtual Riot's Fat Rack. Maybe
that's
why he doesn't comment on us.
Did you guys do your homework?
Because we made a thumbnail of him eating burgers and French fries.
Like fat Virtual Riot.
Yeah. Go check it out. We made it with all stock plugins in Ableton. Just recreated it, so you guys can have it. It's free. It's in the download in that video, so go get it. And go check out our website, too. It's already there.
There it is.
With tons of other sounds. So I just have the fat and the stereo turned up all the way. It's just essentially making the sound bigger. Okay, and then lastly, what I have here is an EQ. Morgan, do I need to move it over? Okay, dude, this guy's on it, bro.
Dude, he's fucking zoomed in, bro.
He's zoomed in, bro. And then I just have some EQ cutting out the low end, a little bit of the top, and boosting just a tiny bit shelf
Just a
right here.
teens right there,
Just
dude?
a teener. You know what a teener is.
Yeah, dude.
Whoops. Okay.
Whoopsie.
Anyway, so now that's how you make the sound. You're welcome. You can have it. It's free. Download description below. Make sure you guys check out Riddim Riot Volumes 1, 2, and also check out Dub Sauce if you like this style of music.
Shitloads of dubstep on there.
I will like to kind of briefly go over how to write a style drop like this. It's pretty simple. I have the automation kind of turned off, but essentially what is happening here, guys, is I have automation on the LFO rate, and the way you can do that is you can just essentially touch the main LFO, the volume LFO. Just touch it right there, and it'll set up a new automation lane for you, which this is the one that I copy-pasted down, so it's all kind of wonky. But I'll go ahead and show you what that's kind of doing. It's going from slow, like a half speed. And that pitch up right there that we just heard, this super loud pitch up, that is the octave macro that we made earlier, right here. It's pulling all the way up right there. As well as I'm kind of messing around with some of the semitone right here to kind of change it. I have that pulled up halfway. So the way that you would write essentially this style drop, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this real quick. We'll come back to it in just a second. I'm just going to, so I don't want to mess anything up. I'm going to shut that off. And I'm going to just kind of show you how you would write this style drop. I'm going to go ahead and clear the automation lanes. Just going to clear them all. Clear envelope, clear envelope. The way that I typically write drops when it comes to dubstep is I'll just start with a basic pattern like so. Right? Like we were hearing. Now what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and touch the knob like I suggested. Touch the knob. Bam. Ableton's going to pull it up for me. A lot of times, actually, I like to jam with it, kind of is like what I say. Let me go ahead and turn this one off, too. So it's just kind of going. So essentially, if you want to get that kind of recorded, what I just kind of jammed right there, you can go ahead and turn on, is it this one, Parker?
Yep.
The plus sign and the automation sign. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. I don't think it'll record over the MIDI.
Yeah, it will.
It will?
Or no, it won't. It adds to it.
Let's do it again. That was sick, right? There,
yep.
Bam, I have it nice and recorded. There's all my automation. So now check it out. And you can kind of go in and find, with a fine-tooth comb and kind of change some stuff. Now let's go ahead and go to the octave, right? So I'm going to go ahead and check that little octave guy right there. This is the dubstep trick, guys. I'm showing you how to do it, bruh.
It is, dude. It's the key.
Let's go ahead just kind of fuck with it. That's sick. One more time. Sick. So that's cool, right? That was dope. And then lastly, you have that semitone knob that we talked about. One more time. Let's go ahead. This is, you want to barely move, but just kind of move it around every now and again. You just kind of jam with it. And guys, that's how you make a Zomboy style drop. Hopefully you learned something.
All that variation and shit.
Exactly. That's if otherwise it's just fucking boring, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro?
No, I'm saying, dude.
Let's go ahead and play that bitch out. Make sure you guys go grab that. It's in the download description. Again, if you like this style of music, I highly recommend you go get Dub Sauce and Riddim Riot Volume 1, Volume 2. Shout out to Zomboy for inspiring us. He's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, he is.
Shout out to Barely Alive, Virtual Riot, of course. Other people that are, I think, kind of pioneers of this style.
Dude, I agree. Zomboy was one of the first dubsteppers that I would like really listen to.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's the man, bro.
Yeah, dude.
So shout out all those guys. If you guys are new again, or if you haven't, or you've been watching for a while, please give us a subscribe, a like, a comment. That means a shitload to us. Look for an announcement for Cartel Volume 2 coming out in the future. If you want this project file, go grab it. Go get the Patreon. It is the YouTube tier.
Yep.
We have other stuff like VIP and what else? Mystery loot, feedback, all that stuff. If you just want to support us, you can. If not, go ahead. Just take your stuff and leave, bro. We'll see you later, man.
We'll see you next week.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's
What do you say,
do it.
Parks? We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. We were Excellent Sound. Shout out FOMO. Make sure you guys go check out their
Shout out.
SoundCloud. There's that fucking plug, dude. Cloud
There it
chasing.
is.
Fucking day one, bitch. We're out of here with a new drop.
That VIP.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Now.